So hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. So in continuation with the kind of Halloween theme, today we're going for a more kind of vampy, vampire thing. This week is so itchy, this week is so long, like you guys don't even know how long this shit is. Just makes me realise why I love having short hair even more. So in this video I thought it would be kind of fun to read through some short horror stories. These are really short ones, but they... Now I have read some of them before, which is why I know they're good, but some of them I haven't read before, and I got all of them off of BuzzFeed, of all places. So this one is called My Daughter Learned to Count. My daughter woke me around 11:50 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep watching the Braves game. "Daddy," she whispered, tugging my shirt, "guess how old I'm going to be next month?" "I don't know, Beauty," I said. "How old?" She smiled and held up 4 fingers. "It's 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them." Bitch held up 4 fucking fingers that weren't her own. So this one is called I Hate It When My Brother Charlie Has to Go Away. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom far likely surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance, and of course, they did at first. Charlie has been back some several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighbourhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razor is found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. My mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to face normality, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking that he is ready for rehabilitation. And that it means I'll just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he is back. Oh, that plot twist! The little shit was doing all the stuff and blaming it on his brother. Fucking demon child. Here's another short one. Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Why the fuck would you look for a monster? Look to your left, to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser, in your closet, but never look up. She hates being seen. Well, why the fuck would you go looking for her if she hates being seen? These people are thick as 2 planks. The title of this one is already a horror story in itself. It's called I Lost My Phone. Last night a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks I realised my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings somebody answered, gave out a low raspy giggle and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed back home. I found my phone laying on my nightstand right where I left it. Maybe it was Billy, the fucking demon child, that was blaming all the shit on his brother, hiding in her bedroom answering her phone. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her rotting long nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream, but then I saw my alarm clock read 12:06 and I heard my closet door creak open. Fucking stories like that are the reason that I have a chair pushed up against my closet door. Not even fucking joking. Nope, it's fuck all coming out of my closet. And whatever does come out of my closet has to face me. I'd go fucking apeshit on that demon. This one is called A Quiet Cabin Deep in the Woods. Already, we have red flags, my dudes. My wife was shaking me quietly. I looked around the cabin. The girls must have gone to bed. The fire had burnt to embers and my glass of scotch was still in my hand. Something is tapping on the porch. Then I heard it too. I grabbed my axe and lit the lantern. As you do, you know, someone knocks at the door, you just grab your fucking axe. I opened the door expecting a raccoon or a skunk, but instead found a boy of about 10 years old. He stared at me petrified for a moment, then bolted down the path through the woods. I gave chase. He was losing me, but I heard him tumble to the ground, and I leapt on him in a rage. "Why were you knocking at my porch?" I screamed. "My uncles told me to," he stammered. I was no longer angry, but confused. "Why?" I asked. "To get you out of the cabin." Oh, that took a minute to sink in. I was thinking, oh, is the man going to be like dead and living in the house like in The Others? Is he the ghost? Or like in The Sixth Sense? Oh, that last line took a minute to sink in. Well, it's a good thing the man brought an axe with him then, isn't it? The timekeeper. He had been given the watch on his 10th birthday. It was an ordinary grey plastic wristwatch in every respect, except for the fact it was counting down. Oh shit, that's not fucking good. This is all the time you have left in the world, son. Use it wisely. And indeed he did. As the watch ticked away, the boy, now a man, lived life to the fullest. He climbed mountains and swam oceans. He talked and laughed and lived and loved. The man was never afraid, for he knew exactly how much time he had left. Eventually, the watch began its final countdown. The old man stood looking over everything he had done, everything he had built. 5. He shook hands with his old business partner, the man who had long been his friend and confidant. 4. His dog came and licked his hand, earning a pat on the head for its companionship. 3. He hugged his son, knowing that he'd been a good father. 2. He kissed his wife on the forehead one last time. 1. The old man smiled and closed his eyes. Then, nothing happened. The watch beeped once and turned off. The man stood there, very much alive. You would think that in that moment he would have been overjoyed. Instead, for the first time in his life, the man was scared. Okay, I wasn't really freaked out by that one. I think the idea behind that is if you're constantly living and working with like a plan about where you want to go and what you want to do, that one day your time will run out. But when you plan stuff and over-plan things, you're just wasting your time. You're putting a time limit on yourself. And now that he has no time limit, he doesn't really know what to do with himself. I can relate though. I'm the same. Like when I don't have work or something, I just kind of sit in my room like, what do I do? And then I went down to a different website, and this one is called The Old New House by Bat Out of Hell 821. What a fucking name. I feel bad I'm not looking at the camera, but like I can't look at the camera and read at the same time, you know what I mean? We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom for instance, while I'm out on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel similar to your skin when you're peeling off sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game out of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. This person leads a very dull life. Under a corner section of paper in every room is the person's name and date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person, and the missing date matched the date on the wallpaper. The next day I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person which dates to a match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yup, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where is the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. How the fuck can you peel skin off a wall and not know it's skin? Your mum was having so much fun peeling off the fucking wallpaper, imagining it was skin, she overlooked the fact it was skin. They got the definition wrong by Lulu? L-L-O-I-U. Don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. It has been said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Wasn't it Einstein that said that? I understand the sentiment behind the saying, but it's wrong. I entered the building on a bet. I was strapped for cash and didn't buy into the old legends of the hotel to begin with. There's your first mistake, bitch! So $50 was more than enough to get me to do it. It was simple. Just reach the top floor, the 45th floor, shine my flashlight through a window. The hotel was old and broken, including the elevator, so that meant hiking up the stairs. Second big mistake. As I reached each platform, I noted the old brass plaques displaying the floor numbers. 15, 16, 17, 18. I felt a little tired as I crept higher, but so far, no ghosts, no cannibals, no demons. Piece of cake. I can't tell you how happy I was as I entered that last stretch of numbers. I joyfully counted them aloud at each platform. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 44. I stopped and looked back down the stairs. I must have miscounted, so I continued up. 44. One more flight. 44. And then down 10 flights. 44. 15 flights. 44. And so it's been for as long as I can remember. So really, insanity isn't doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. It's knowing that the results will never change, that each door leads to the same staircase, to the same number. It's realizing you no longer fall asleep. It's not knowing whether you've been running for days or weeks or years. It's when the sobbing slowly turns into laughter. So this person is running up and down the stairs just laughing at herself. Did she even get the $50? It's called There's No Reason to Be Afraid by Whoever Fights Monster. Not whoever fights monsters, whoever fights singular monster. When my baby sister Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favourite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother. because she seemed so kind and nurturing. This sounds like the movie Mama. Some mornings Betsy and I would wake up and on each of our nightstands we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried we'd get thirsty during the night. Mother's drugging them, I'm guessing. She wanted to take care of us. Among the house's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch the chair forward across the room towards us. Sometimes she would manage to move it all the way to the centre of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She murdered her 2 children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed. I was right about the poison. Then she hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was the old wooden chair placed exactly in the centre of the room. Okay, I got chills at the end of that one, even though I kind of knew what was coming. So there you guys have it. That is it for today's video. I just thought a few spooky stories would be a good idea to do around Halloween time. I really did like all of those stories, and I love looking up short stories online because people who write online are so fucking talented and they don't get the recognition that they deserve. So I just thought I'd read out a few of the shorts that I found, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.